Hi there, welcome to my views and news. Two news stories. First one is about a protest against TPLF Central Committee members. Protest was held in Tigray. The two groups faced with each other. It seems TPLF rival groups. Secondly, another protest, this time on Ethiopia-Somalia border, Somalia side of the border. Protest by locals of the area. Protest against or in support of Ethiopia. Protest against or in support of Egyptian troops. Details in this video. Let's start from Tigray, viewers, where the political dispute between two TPLF wings is turning ugly, I would say. Uh, Now it is reaching grassroots level. Getachew is mobilizing his people who support him. Getachew is trying to warn TPLF leaders, TPLF senior members of central executive committees. A protest was held on Friday evening in southern Tigray, Mechio town. Getachew, by the way, is also from southern Tigray. Southern Tigray is the stronghold of Getachew-led splinter TPLF group. The other TPLF group, but the Bratzian, is mainly based in northwestern Tigray, Axom, Adwa, Shere, etc. So it's not just a power struggle between TPLF leaders, but between regions too. Three central committee members of TPLF arrived in Macho. When they arrived there and they entered a hotel to stay there, people started a protest outside the hotel, demanding the central committee members to leave the hotel, to leave the town. The three central committee members were from the Bratzian group. Kiros Hagos, first one, Finan Abraha, Zenabau Gebremat. These are newly chosen central committee members of TPLF Debrecen wing, chosen a few days ago at a controversial General Assembly, which was rejected by Getachew TPLF group, rejected by Nebbe National Election Board. The three central committee members were staying at the Dele Hotel, which is in Machio town. How many people gathered to protest there? Dozens, not hundreds. I would say dozens. What were they saying? They chanted slogans. They said, "You don't represent us. Leave." They gave an ultimatum. They said, "Leave or we'll return." They chanted slogans, they protested, and they left. So the political disagreement is now taking an ugly turn. I would say. If Gita, obviously, it's Getachew group which protested against other party. How can the two coexist peacefully if the tensions have reached such a high level that protests are being held outside the hotels where members of one group are saying? Is it alarming? It means that the Getachew Debrecen dispute has reached the grassroots level, the grassroots TPLF level. Still no signs of de-escalation. A brief handshake between Getachew and Debrecen yesterday in Axom. American ambassador was here too for 3 days. He stayed in Tigray. He held separate meetings with Gichoreda, Debrecen. but no signs of de-escalation so far. But I think Getachew and Debretsion should be careful. They should not let the political difference, political dispute spread and turn into a chaos in the Tigray region. They should solve their issues at the table. They should discuss, but they should not resort to protests. They should. By the way, Tigray interim government warned a few hours ago, 24. It said that it would take action against those people who are not accepting decisions, not accepting instructions of Tigray government, who are fueling protests. So, on the one hand, Tigray government says it would take action against those who are fueling protests. On the other hand, pro-Tigray interim government people are protesting, creating a law and order situation in Macho. Since they're from government side, they won't be arrested, detained, or punished. Secondly, the protest in support of Ethiopian troops were in Somalia. Ethiopian troops are leaving Somalia, at least ATMOS troops, African Union peacekeeping troops, Ethiopian troops going to leave Somalia in coming days. And Ethiopian troops deployed under bilateral arrangements are still there in Somalia, in southwest state, in Jubaland state of Somalia. They are there. Egyptian troops are arriving too. We know that Egyptian military equipment, ammunition entered Ethiopia 2 days ago. More arms, Egyptian arms set to enter Somalia. Egyptian military equipment troops entered Somalia around 48 hours ago. Obviously, entry of Egyptian troops is alarming for Ethiopia. Ethiopia is mobilizing its support groups in Somalia. Protests are being held, rallies being organized, statements being issued by pro-Ethiopia elements in Somalia who are opposing the entry of Egyptian troops. Protest was held in Hudar. Hudar is a district in Bakul. Bakul is a zone in southwest state of Somalia. Hundreds of people gathered there. They chanted slogans. They carried placards and banners with the messages. We don't want Egyptian troops. We welcome Ethiopian troops. Ethiopian troops are welcome, but we say no to Egyptian troops. It means that at least in Ethiopian bordering regions of Somalia, Egyptian troops won't be able to settle because the people here are protesting. Governments are supporting Ethiopian troops too. Governments of Southwest State, Jubaland, Puntland too. I don't think they would support the deployment of Egyptian troops in the regional states. They would prefer Ethiopian troops. That is why in these regional states, protests are being organized. We could see more such protests. Ethiopia is mobilizing its proxies, its support groups in Somalia. What will Somalia do? A lot is being seen in Somali region of Ethiopia. I did a video on that. I told you about Ethiopian mobilization from Somali region of Ethiopia into Bakul, Bay, Gadu. Gadu is in Jubaland, Bakul and Bay are in southwest state. Ethiopian troops, the military equipment entering southwest state, Jubaland from Ethiopia, and Ethiopia mobilizing its assets in Somalia to oppose the potential deployment of Egyptian troops in border areas. Egyptian troops will take over the security of Somalia in Mogadishu, in other areas, but will they be able to come close to Ethiopian borders? That remains to be seen. Thank you for watching.